Yes, hello folks, welcome back. I hope you're doing well, whatever you are. And of course, this is Dr. Politica, and here it got power and they said Kenya. Now, Jubaland forces will release video actually, and they are saying that wako kwa border, wako kwa shule. That's what they're saying. Hebu sikiza.
Askari wa Jubaland military na kati ya Kenya wanafanya kazi pamoja.
Wanashirikiana fiican baa naga dhaxaysa.
Kazi ni tunafanya mzuri sana, hakuna shida yote.
Information ya adu na xuyirsi naga dhaxaya.
Pia information tunakatikana, tuko na enemy moja.
Dawladda soo fiican soo shaqeynaa na isku xiran baan nahay.
Tuko unity. Tunafanya kazi pamoja.
Information ya xogaha adu markaan helana anagoo iskaashanayna ku duulo ma taqaanay aan operation ka fulina.
Tukipata information ya adui wote tunaenda pamoja na tunapatia support.
Ciidanka deriska nala si fiican nala shaqeeyaa.
Jirani wetu wa Kenya wanafanya kazi na pamoja na sisi vizuri.
Xogahana waan kala qaadanaa soo weersanaa
na tunachukua vizuri information ya adui.
Gabihan deegaanku waa nabadgelyo.
Na hapo ni amani, hakuna shida yoyote.
Wax dhibaato kama jirto.
Hakuna shida yoyote.
Yeah, you've heard it very clearly. This is translated there when you translate what they're actually saying. Now you see, this is contrary to what Mandera people are saying. Listen.
Jeshi ya Somali ambayo walikuwa wanapigania ya Jubaland ambayo walipigania Bulahawa walivuka ubandi baada ya kushindwa, wanaletwa hapa katikati ya Bibiwan na shamba Bula na shamba sehemu kidogo.
Watu ambao wameumiza jina za wamemalizana huko nchi yao, wamefuruga, wamekuja hapa. Sisi hatuna vita, sisi hatuna silaha ya kujilinda, maisha yetu iko hatarini. Sisi hapa mahali sisi tunaishi, kuna banda lingine, banda ya kusini, kuna serikali, kuna askari yetu iko hapo. Banda ya magharibi iko Ethiopia. Banda ya kaskazini iko banda ya
Yes, Mandera people are saying that Jubaland forces have occupied BP1 primary school, and actually they have disrupted learning and nothing is taking place there. You see, Gachagua had all this sometimes and I've been sharing the video. Gachagua akisema kwamba Jubaland forces Al-Shabaab have invaded, Somalia. And of course, in the beginning, people thought that Gachagua anaongea too because he hates Ruto.
William Ruto, you need to know, the Americans want to know why you are working with Al-Shabaab. Why, when you are in Mandera, you met 3 leaders of the Al-Shabaab militia at night to discuss business with them. They want to know why.
But again, the governor wa Mandera plus the senator wa Mandera wali confirm, wakasema kwamba indeed Mandera now imegeuzwa kakuwa ni field ya vita.
And denounce saying the statement that was given by the governor is not true. Hiding the truth of the presence of Jubaland forces within Mandera town is like hiding the sun using your hands. We are here to give an enforcing press statement on the alarming situation in Mandera, the presence of foreign forces occupying our town. We wish to raise the gravest concern about the presence of Jubaland forces inside Mandera town. The illegal occupation has thrown our community into chaos. Schools have been forced to close, businesses disrupted, and families displaced in fear of stray bullets and an exploded ordnance.
And I think I would agree with these people, this Mandera governor, na Mandera people, because they are the ones who are feeling the heat. So, if you are Jubaland forces, wanasema kwa border. In fact, never wamerecord wakiwa kwa border. It is possible these guys just went to the border wakarecord up people. But in this sense, these people wako pale kwa street ya Mandera, disrupting activities. So I don't know what kind of training is this. Like, how can militias from Somalia wakuja Kenya and they do thorough training, thorough gunshots, thorough bombing, disrupting activities. People don't even sleep. And of course, people are fearing that maybe Somalia National Army itawafuata wapigane pa Mandera. That's the fear people have, because Jubaland is a state, in Somalia. And of course, kuna vita Somalia between Jubaland forces na Somalia National Army. So maybe these people will be followed huku hivi na wapigane. Now, here's the big question here. What is Kenya gaining out of all this? Because for Ruto to refuse to chase these people, it means that William Ruto is gaining something out of this. And it's not for free. And of course, we've been seeing William Ruto making countless trips to Somalia. And Ruto is a friend to Somalia Prime Minister. And of course, I saw someone saying that, Jubaland forces wanasaidia Kenya by actually making sure that Al-Shabaab don't cross over to Kenya. Ni kama wanazia, si Jubaland iko almost kwa border ya Kenya na Somalia, hapo Mandera kwa mbele kidogo. So wanazuia. So Kenya is using them to protect, to stop Al-Shabaab from entering Kenya. But I don't think this...
and I want Mbai to be attentive and not looking like they are sharing. You know the history of Jubaland and Somaliland and in the greater Somali dynamic and how it came to be. And what is happening with Jubaland, how they conduct their elections is that they never have one man, one vote, universal suffrage way of electing their leaders. So what gets to happen is that the president decides on who is going to represent what region and so on. Somalia got to influence that because Somalia believed that Jubaland is part of it. So they got to influence that process. In the end, they got a lot of differences and a start of fighting between the Jubaland forces and Somalia. Some of the troops were pushed to almost cross to the border of Kenya. In the age of social media, mainstream media, produce for me one evidence of a single Jubaland force in the territory of Kenya. Send to me today the coordinates.
Should we doubt the governor, the senator, the residents of Ghana story?
This is true. Why am I saying so? Because we've been having past attacks here about Kenya and Al-Shabaab. In fact, even last month, Al-Shabaab killed some people in Mandera. Peter. And again, I don't think who can confirm on this. Because even Gachagua himself said that William Ruto once went to Mandera akakutana na leaders wa Al-Shabaab at night. And of course, Ruto said that Gachagua said that Ruto is doing business with Al-Shabaab. Of course, these allegations zilishtua kila mtu. Me, I was very shocked because I couldn't understand what kind of a business can a president, country like Kenya, do with Al-Shabaab, a terror group that has actually killed and maimed Kenyans for a very long time. And of course, Gachagua has to prove these allegations, because we can't just say it's true, because we need evidence sometimes. But of course, now we are seeing evidence here, Jubaland occupying Mandera. And Mandera people saizi, wanalia, wanasema, akukaliki, kazi fanyiki, ni makelele, marisasi, children can't go even to school. Yeah? So, my question, the question I'm going to pose to you, my viewer, what do you think is happening between Ruto and Jubaland forces? Now, Peter tumesikia some secret that William Ruto is trying to use Jubaland forces to actually win the next elections. Of course, this is a shock, because one would ask himself, how does Ruto use Jubaland forces to win elections? And of course, some people say that Ruto is trying to, cause panic hapa Kenya, kukuwe na state of emergency, kukuwe na vurugu, so that elections ikuwe postponed, ama election ipote tu hivyo. Remember, in Somalia, elections are not won by the people. The Somali people, the voters, they're not the one to elect their leaders. Ni hizi forces. Wanakaa chini wanaamua. So you see now, they can even decide that a president, a prime minister cannot lead. In fact, we've even seen assassination ya rais wa Somalia. We have seen that. Okay? And you see now, they're the ones who decide where the country is headed. And probably that was the same tactic Ruto wants to use here in Kenya. Nataka kuwe na forces wake whereby hao ndo wataamua kama anakaa pale ama kai pale, na hao ndo wana deal na Gachagua kwenye anataka kutoka kwa power. So that is basically what is being said out there. Yeah, and of course I can't say that it's true ama ni uongo because there's no tangible evidence that says that Ruto is using Jubaland forces to actually control the next elections.
You must go. Aden Duale, you must go. You guys are taking us for fools. Jubaland forces needs to be taken out of Kenya because you know what the government plan is? To take us into war, to ensure that they push the elections, to ensure there are no elections in Kenya, for them to call a state of emergency and say Kenya is unstable and we can't have an election. Tumewaonea 18 na hatutakubali hiyo story. Murkomen, Jubaland forces are in Kenya. NIS is the most toothless, useless institution in Kenya.
But we've heard from Gachagua's team, his lawyer, saying that Ruto is trying to use Jubaland forces to actually, disrupt the next elections, because ameona kwamba Wakenya wamtaki na Wakenya wanamgojea kumtoa the next elections. It's true. Kenyans are really waiting to actually make sure that Ruto is a one-term. And this one-term movement is being sung all over the country. Now the president wants to use Jubaland forces to actually, cause panic in Kenya, cause a state of emergency, watu wachanganyikiwe, then a rule tena. And if this is true, then I think Kenya we are in deep danger, because it means that Ruto can even decide to rule this nation for over 10 years, because he'll be having his militias. Kiongea ni kupigwa. Because that's actually what's happening in other countries like Somalia, even in Haiti. Haiti, you see the prime minister had to resign because the militias there removed him. Yeah. So kama una militia behind you as the president, you are going to face the music, and that is basically what is being said out there. Jubaland forces have taken over, and they're actually terrorizing Mandera, and very soon these forces will be, invading Mandera. Of course, already they're in Mandera, Masabit, Isiolo, those northeastern. Then they'll go to Turkana, wakuja hapa hivi Meru, Muranga. Then slowly, Kenya will be a terror state. Na tutafinywa kufinywa, and that's actually what's happening on ground. And now the federal government is trying to to divert this story. Sio wanatoa video wanasema kwa border. No. There's no way, kama kwa border, there's no way residents wa Mandera can be complaining. Yet at kwa border, these people are actually kwa ground na wana disrupt, because it is even being said that they have killed over 5 people. Now, how can a force from a foreign country come and kill people in Kenya? It means that it's either the president's administration is weak, ama the KDF is not that strong, ama there's a big problem in Kenya with our commander-in-chief. And that's actually what is happening on ground. Now you tell me, what do you think? Do you think that it's a big secret ya Ruto yenye tuambii? Yeah, do you think the government is hiding something very serious yenye hajatuambia till now? Comment then, of course, I'll meet you in the next video. Thank you. If you love politics, then Dr. Politica is your cup of tea. The place for minds that think. If you are watching this from anywhere else, search the name, hit subscribe, and stay sharp with us. Thank you for making Dr. Politica your home for fearless political truth. Every view, every like, every share fuels the fire behind the hours of research, filming, and editing we pour into each episode. By showing up consistently, you don't just support a channel, you empower a voice. In a world ruled by headlines, spin, and power games, you remind us that real people still care about real facts. We are here to inform, inspire, and ignite critical thinking, not just for today, but for generations to come. You are not just a viewer, you are the reason this platform exists.